Welcome to the first part of the Biology Star review. Here we will be going over the cell structure and function. So first we need to define biology. Well, what is biology? Well, biology is the study of life and living organisms. So anytime anybody brings up the term biology, they are referring to life. Organism. What is an organism? Well, an organism is a complete individual living thing. So it's a complete individual living thing. So all organisms are made up of the basic building block of life. And the basic building blocks of life, so the basic building blocks of life are cells. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. So organisms are made up of cells. Now, if we wanted to know the scale of what all equals a complete organism, so a complete organism equals the following. So we begin with the cell. Cells make up tissue. Tissue makes up organs. Organs make up organ systems. And organ systems in turn make up an organism. So as you can see, cells are very important because they make up each of the following levels until they make up us. So now we're going to be talking about cells. So here's where my drawing comes in. So I'm going to start with my basic cell. So this is my cell. On the outside of my cell is this material that circumferences or encircles my cell. This is my cell membrane. And we're going to go into each one of these, but right now we're just going to learn what each part of a cell is. Now within my cell is another part, and this is my nucleus. And my nucleus is my brain of the cell. It's going to tell my cell what needs to happen, what needs to be done, and all that. Within my cell, I also have all this stuff on the inside. I'm going to draw it. Hopefully this pen works. There we go. So all this is this jelly-like, that didn't work out so well, this jelly-like substance, and this is my cytoplasm. This is what protects my cells. This is what keeps my cells in place. Not my cells, but my organelles. Everything I'm drawing inside my cell are going to be my organelles. So this circumferences, this encloses my organelles, this protects it, this acts as a protective barrier for my organelles. So we have my cell membrane, we have a nucleus, and we have my cytoplasm. Next, we have these other things within the cell. And I'm just going to go ahead and draw everything that is supposed to be in here. And you guys can do the same thing. Okay, so first we have our lysosomes. Our lysosome contain enzymes. These are gonna help the proteins. These are the proteins that speed up digestion and chemical reactions. They are also considered our trash cans of our cells. So they will go around and they will collect things that our cell does not need anymore. I like to call these our Pac-Men. We also have these storage units. These storage units are called vacuoles. These vacuoles contain anything from water to food, and whatnot. We also have our, over here we have our mitochondria. Our mitochondria is considered the powerhouse of the cell. This is where our ATP is produced. Over here we have our, which looks like Wi-Fi, but we have our Golgi body or Golgi apparatus. They're the same thing. These are what changes and packages our cell products. So I like to call our Golgi body the post office of the cell. And we also have our smooth ER. ER stands for endoplasmic reticulum. And this smooth ER, this creates certain substances. This one does our carbohydrates and lipids and things like that. Here we have our rough endoplasmic reticulum. And as you can see, that's why a lot of people call these our rough ER or RER or SER, just because this is a really complicated word, and it's long and it takes up a lot of space, so we abbreviate. So the rough ER helps make protein, so it's our protein factory. Here we have these little dots off of our rough ER. These are our ribosomes. These make proteins. So these are our protein makers. And that is pretty much everything inside the cell that you would need to know that's important. Again, I'm going to make another show over these certain organelles. So everything inside of our cells, so our cells include our organelles. If we were dealing with plants, plants have two things that the cell does not. So plant cells, put cells there, plant cells have a cell wall. This is an extra wall. So if I had a plant cell here, usually they're rectangular. So here I would have a cell wall. This surrounds the cell membrane, so this would be the cell wall. Also inside inside this plant cells are chloroplast, and that is what gives it its green color as well. Well, it contains chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is what gives it its green pigment, but they use these chloroplasts for photosynthesis, and that is the process that plants use to make their food. So this is just the basic video. I will actually be making, like I said, another one, and that one will contain more on the cell. So this is just your basic beginner video. So this is video 1 that you guys should be watching. Video 2 will go into more depth on the cell, and we will take it from there. I hope you guys have a fantastic day.